up here at the Worthington Diamond Mine today, and I'm kind of surface searching. We've had a lot of hard rains. In fact, we had a hard hail, some big chunks of hail, and I thought, well, this might kind of pulverize this and wash and expose diamonds here. Now, everything I'm standing on, this is all lamproite. It's has never been sampled, tested. We uncovered about 3 feet of overburden. There was a clay overburden on here, and we had a bulldozer clean this off, and I'm kind of looking around for anything shiny, and I'd love to find a diamond on the surface. Now, I've never found a diamond on the surface at the crater. I'd love to find a diamond on the surface here. I have surface searched at the crater a lot, but never had success. Now, friends of mine dig and wash, but also when conditions are right after a hard rain or a hard hail like this, they surface search, and David Anderson has found over 500 diamonds at the park, most of them by digging and washing, but he found his biggest, a 6.29 carat white, by surface searching after a rain. And I brought King Neptune with me today, and just to kind of show you how hard, ouch, this is really hard lamproite. It's never been busted up. If you buy buckets of our unsearched ore, you get the stuff the excavator busted up, but lamproite is a hard volcanic rock. Ow! This is really heavy and really hard. We use this at the crater when we get into a layer of gravel that's hard packed, and you can loosen it up, but wow, it doesn't do much here. The first half inch or so is a little soft because it's weathered, but it's still really hard material. But anyway, I thought I'd look around a little bit, see if there was a shiny diamond on the surface. I don't see anything just right off the bat. One thing I do want to do today, it bugs me that we had this grass grow up last year and then it all died over the winter. This is late March 2022. We've got all this dead grass and I hate it. And the way to get rid of it would be to burn it. So I think I'll start in this area over here and burn it. Now, I can't afford to start the fire with gasoline or diesel. That's too expensive. So I've got an old newspaper, and if your kids are watching this video with you, they might say, "Dad, what's a newspaper?" Well, that's how we used to spread news before the internet. But anyway, it's good for starting a fire. I thought I might try to burn some of this. I might try with this little patch here. If it burns too quick, I got a problem, but I've got my truck and trailer there with 20 buckets of water. I also have a flat shovel to put the fire out and a big piece of rubber. I can lay over it and smother it. So I'm going to try to give it a try, see if we can get rid of some of this, clean it up around here a little. This may not burn well at all. Then again, it might. I'd really love to clean this up. Nah, it's not really going anywhere. In March, it's usually windy. But today it's not real windy, so I thought, well, this would be a good chance to get rid of this stuff. I thought this dead grass might be too scattered to really catch and spread, but I thought, well, I'd give it a try. I'd love to get rid of it somehow. don't want a fire to get out of hand, but I do have my cell phone to call the fire department if it does. I've got 10 acres here, and if I burn my own stuff, well, that's all right. I don't want to get out of that 10 acres. It's snap, crackle, and popping right now. Fortunately, it's not going like kaboom, you know, like a bad wildfire, but it may get just enough air it can keep spreading and burning and clean this up. Maybe it won't go over the crest of the hill. A lot of that's green grass that's just coming up. Like I said, it's springtime. There it goes. It gets a little wind and it really crackles and spreads. So hopefully this will be all right and not get out of control. Yeah, if it goes at that pace, maybe the old man can keep up with it. Looking at me, you probably think, boy, if he knew he was going to be on a YouTube video, wouldn't that old prospector comb his hair? And I thought, well, Boris Johnson doesn't comb his hair, and he's on international TV, so. I would love to see that all cleaned up all the way down. We've got a pond down there, so I've got all this drains. We dug a hole in the ground, and the problem with digging a hole in the ground is it holds water. Well, I didn't want to have a pond and have to pump it out every time I wanted to dig for diamonds, so we cut a ditch down there, and since we cut a ditch, I had a dam put in and culverts so I can get to the other half of our 10 acres. And by putting that earthen dam bridge there, it created a pond, which is great, so the deer can have a drink. Well, so far I haven't set the woods on fire, and that's a good thing. I have had to call the fire department on a couple of other projects, but when we had the 10 acres cut here, this used to be a forest, a dense forest. But we knew there was lamproite here, and lamproite that had never been touched. So when we bought the 10 acres, we hired a timber company to come in here and cut all the trees. We clear cut it. We sold all the trees, and then there was a lot of brush left because they cut the tops off and only sell the big trunks, the long sticks. So with all that brush, I had a bulldozer pile it up into rows, and I lit that and burned it, and it never got out. I didn't call the fire department then. So my wife's always nervous whenever I start a fire. But this one seems to be under control real well. I started it here because there was kind of a break in the dead grass. And since that went well, I think I feel safe enough I can start over here, but I'll have to get more newspapers and get this to going. But the truck and trailer with the water is right up there, and my shovel is right on the hill. So it's all handy, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. But to me, that looks better. And then it's gonna rain Wednesday and it'll clean it up. So I'm glad I did it, and I've just got a lot more to do here.